So that may have worked. Right, so just let me know you've got it. The stream looks good here at the moment. So let's have a look. Let me know in the chat, you lovelies. I'm going to play a song, okay, whilst we get this stream back up and running, okay? So we'll play a song. And what am I going to play for you now? Let's have a look. I want something pretty cool. And I'm going to play, I think, for you. What else have we got here? I'm going to play you. So I'm going to play a Zapp and Rogers, the one that I did get because I want to do my end of the deal. So here's Zapp and Rogers. I've never heard of them before, and it's called More Bounce to the Ounce. So check this out, guys. And this was requested by London Ghost Hunter, and I've never heard it before.
happy.
We make you happy. I like that tune. If I was in a club, I'd definitely have a good old dance to that, and it reminds me of George Clinton. So we liking that. I thought I'd give it a quick sample run. I wanted to come back to see if you guys, the stream seems okay now. So I am going to change the screen and we're going to carry on with the news as best we can. Oh, I've got a Skype message. Who's the Skype message from? That's okay. That's not part of this. Okay, let me bring the screen for you. What's new in Khashoggi? Right, okay, here we go. And changing the screen. There you go. And we're back. Someone said goodbye, didn't they? I think it was Buddy and Budgie. Hey, Buddy and Budgie, take it easy. I'll be covering Tommy tomorrow if you're just joining us. This is Rearbow. Just going through some mainstream and non-mainstream news headlines, hanging out with some friends in the chat, playing some music, being cool, and just saying the way it is, or certainly attempting to anyway. We've got some lovely people in the chat, and I'll be covering Tommy Robinson live all day tomorrow. So if you want to see the live action, let me know. So we was on the Khashoggi murder. New twist in Khashoggi mystery is the headline. MBS spoke to journalists moments before his death. Reports claim. So we've read out there. Where was we? Because we've just restarted the stream, guys. So it's all a bit wobbly at the moment. According to the... Right, let me get the speaky thing out. And because that is tiny, and I'll get him to say it. There you go, mister, off you go.
The prince contacted Khashoggi shortly after he was detained inside the consulate, Turkish pro-government paper Yeni Şafak reported on Sunday, citing its own sources. According to the publication, Mohammed bin Salman, known in the West by his initials MBS, attempted to convince the journalist over the phone to return to his homeland, Saudi Arabia. Once close with the Saudi elites, Khashoggi fled the kingdom last year in fear of possible prosecution.
There's not really any new news there, is there? Oh, what's this? Let's have a look at this. Did the stream take it? It did. So is that Khashoggi? Right, so I'm not exactly 100% sure at all of who these are, so, but I've not seen the footage before, so I thought I'd run it and see what's going on. I'm assuming that, well, they've got the big arrow, red arrow there, so that must be Khashoggi, right? Going in, one assumes the embassy. Are we all waiting for the chop, chop, chop plastic bag rustle? I don't know. I'm not... Well, they've put it on the news article. The journalist declined the prince's offer to fly to Riyadh, thinking he would be arrested and killed there. And then murdered by the Saudi hit team after the talk with MBS ended, the paper wrote. And we've got some more. Have you guys seen this? I've not seen any of this. Saudi Foreign Minister, can't say that, Adel Al-Jaber, looks like a white dude, doesn't he? Just doesn't look Arab. On Jamil Khashoggi, we want to make sure that we know what happened, and we want to make sure that those responsible are held to account. It's kind of funny, isn't it? A body double. Yeah, what we on Clinton number 3? How is that woman still on the outside? Well, Yeah. Night and day, Ria. This was Khashoggi going into his apartment with his fiance. Okay. They had time to sort out the double. Excellent. We like a double, don't we? People like a double. Right, okay, let's carry on down here. So for those on audio, if you're still tuned in, this is RT International. And I'm looking for some current news that we haven't. Let's see what RT are talking about the US. Stream seems to be working okay now, guys. Let's see what we have. Defend gender as well. Oh, it's not working that great. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Transgender activists slam US government plan to decline gender as male and female based on biology. So they're having a bit of a wobble. Malicious Mike Pompeo slammed by China after he warns Latin America to be wary of Asian powerhouse. Interesting. Only 4% of Americans said Saudi Arabia was ally, even before it admitted Khashoggi died in the consulate. Well, the old saying of geopolitics and sovereign identities and states is there is no such thing as friends, just aligned interests. That's the way I recognise it anyway. Dappy Hunter. Hey Dappy Hunter, how you doing? What's going on in your world? Any more Q drops and all that kind of stuff? Still looking for a Q specialist here. And we're going to move on to another one. What else have we got? Corrupt leaders and water pollution. Study shows what Americans are really afraid of. Do we want to look at that? Corrupt leaders and water pollution. Right, okay. That's an interesting headline. You don't often see that together. Corrupt leaders and water pollution. I just think of fluoride, right? I mean, what does it say at the bottom? It's tiny. It's the spookiest time. All right, it's that hex thing, isn't it? Possibly. Climate change poses existential threat like Nazi Germany in World War II. Oops. What else have we got? Brooklyn watches curse Kavanaugh. Have you seen that? Have you seen the curse thing? It's hilarious. And they said, well, we've already put 3 hexes on Trump, but they don't seem to be doing very much. Have you seen that video? It's hilarious. I love that. What else have we got? Any new news here as I just peruse here and kind of speed read some of this stuff? That looks quite interesting. Right from Trump's playbook, AP savaged by critics for calling migrant caravan army. Looks, it's a bit army-ish, isn't it? Alright, what else have we got? Hey, Wish Fix, what's going on? Thanks for joining us. Water will be more valuable than oh yeah, well, it's sort of fast going that way. If you're just joining us, this is Ria Bowen, Long Live Radio. I was going to do a guest show today. Guest didn't turn up. Then I got some messages saying do a show, so I came on today, which I usually wouldn't. And because I've got a big day tomorrow, I'm going to be covering all the Tommy Robinson live stuff as the court hearing goes off. You know, the to-do that will be outside. How many will be there, we don't know, but I'll be covering it live tomorrow. So I'll be busy all day live tomorrow covering Tommy because people want to see it. Let's see what else we have. What are they reporting on the UK? Oh, there's been some vicious talking about, here it is, look, about Theresa May. Knives, nooses and show trials. Anonymous Tory MP attacks Theresa May using violent language. Now, I've heard this a few times where you got violent and language next to each other. My ears pricked up listening to a radio piece the other day. Because when you look up, can you get violent language? You can get aggressive language, but violent language? Don't kind of like that myself. Let's put the speaky thing on, see what he says, because it's a bit small for me to read. Here we go. So this is the breaking story. If you're not in the UK, it's everywhere across the UK, where somebody's been mouthing off in Parliament, one of the backbenchers, but they won't name names. But I'm sure it will come out in the wash, though. Have a listen to this.
A number of Tory MPs have been quoted using violent language such as, bring her own noose, to attack British PM Theresa May, claiming she is on course to face a vote of no confidence this week from all wings of the party. On Wednesday, May will be summoned before the Tory backbench 1922 committee, in what has been described as a last-ditch attempt for the PM to save her job. A process dubbed a show trial by one Conservative MP, the Sunday Times reports. Ahead of the critical meeting, a series of Conservative MPs launched an unprecedented attack on May, with language more befitting of a trailer for a blockbuster war or action movie. The paper quotes one unnamed Tory MP as saying, "The moment is coming when the knife gets heated, stuck in her front and twisted. She'll be dead soon. Read more. I won't let us go down without a serious **T fight," says Tory MP and foul-mouthed anti-May rant an ally of former Brexit Secretary David Davis, who was being tipped as an interim leader, said May was now entering the killing zone, and a third remarked, "Assassination is in the air." The Mail on Sunday quotes one senior Brexiteer, "She should bring her own news to the 22. Short of an uncharacteristically powerful, persuasive and coherent performance, then I think her time will be up."
There you go. And that's what's floating about the UK. And I'm seeing the use of, where are the two? There it is. Violent language. Guys, I need to look up the definition of violent, because it doesn't belong next to language, does it? I know this kind of a bit picky, but I want to check this out, because the Orwell thing, change in speech, and all that kind of stuff. I want to see the definition of violence. Oh, where's violence? Oh no, I'm just violence. Definition: violence. 1. Using or involving physical force intended to hurt, damage or kill someone or something. 2. Especially of an emotion or a destructive natural force, very strong, powerful. So number 1 is, so they're changing the language. They're using violent next to speech. I don't like that. I don't like, what the dude said is up to him, but you've got to watch these people twisting the language. And my ears pricked up this morning on Radio 2, which is, for those not in the UK, is the biggest radio station in the country, and I'm hearing violent language. And the first time I heard it today was when they was describing the guy on the Ryanair flight going off at that lady. But violent is something that doesn't belong to language, to me, or up till now, until today in my world. So I'm not happy about that one. So I don't like them changing that. Oh, what's that? Stop. Oh, right, okay. Let me get rid of this, guys, out the way. Where was we? RT International. What are your comments on that? Do you think the same thing as me? Violent language equals hate speech, soy boy language. Jill says Trump employs a private